Hi everyone, Lisa here again with Leadership and Wellness Solutions, and today we're going to do something a little bit different.
Yes, there, and hello everyone. I am Ken. I am Lisa's manager. So, what we like to do is provide wellness solutions to executives, other professionals, students, etc., to ensure that you guys are living the best life you can, and the fact that you guys deserve to be the best, and you guys are the best. So this is kind of impromptu thing, and what I did was I told Lisa, or I asked Lisa 5 minutes ago, let's do a video now. Let's do an on the spot video, because a lot of you guys, the thing is, sometimes you guys get put on the spot at work or at home in relationships, and you guys are like, oh my god, how do I handle it?
Or in life in general.
Oh yeah, life in general. So guys, today Lisa is on the spot, so she's gonna show you how, or we're gonna attempt to show you how. So Lisa, you know what I'm thinking is, as you are well aware, a lot of people are under stress these days, be it financial stress, stress at work, just stress in their life, just overall stress. So what happens when someone's put on the spot by their boss that says, I need a report in 2 hours? How could they handle that stress from that, do you think?
One thing could be if in your whatever your job is, if you plan your workout. So if you're prepared, less stress you're going to have for when, because you should be knowing what your job is when you're and what's expected of you. So if you're prepared, then the stress level will be less.
Okay, so can we say, for example, let's say if I'm the boss and I say I need a report on how many cartons of milk we sell by the hour from one of our locations, and you, uh, the milk, I won't say milk salesman, the milk facilitator, is it possible we can say the fact that, okay, so if the person's under stress, that they can say to themselves, okay, let's sit back, let's take a deep breath, let's analyze what's going on here. I've got to provide a report on the amount of milk being sold, as we discussed. So would you say that's a good solution? They take a deep breath. First thing, take a deep breath and relax, and just slowly think about what was said and what needs to be done. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always good to take a deep breath. So it gives you a moment to pause and think about what you need to do and make a plan. Yeah.
So what would that do though? That pause.
It gives you, it's really using mindfulness. And so it's just like, even just for 30 seconds, if you're able to breathe, or even say at work, you're washing your hands. In that moment, 30 seconds, it gives you your mind to focus on something. Okay, what am I doing right now? And it allows you to refocus and do what you have to do to get through it.
Maybe we can go over like what is mindfulness, because
Is the sky blue? How long do you have? It's very varied, but the stuff that I like to keep it simple. So like I use the example of washing your hands. I learned that a long time ago, and so 30 second. It's almost like a 30-second break to refresh yourself, or if you're in the bathroom, doing a couple deep breaths, like you breathe in 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 6 seconds. Do that a couple times. It just calms down your nervous system. So those are some mindfulness tips and strategies that you can use quickly at work.
So let's say, same scenario. Let's say a nightclub, and let's just say the nightclub is going to open in 2 hours, and if I'm the owner, I get there and discover there's absolutely no beer cakes available for the public. So I'm going to stress out. I mean, I won't stress, but the average person is going to stress out. So can we say one solution is, okay, I get to the nightclub, there are no beer cakes available. So I'm going to take a deep breath and think, okay, how can I resolve this? I've got 2 hours to deal with this situation. And so what I decided to do, let's just say, is I called Sergey and Igor I said, I need you to go to these 3 distributors, grab 10 kegs of beer, let's just say, and I need it over here in 1 hour. So they listen to me, they bring the beer over, and because the fact that I took your advice and I relaxed, I took a deep breath, I said, okay, let me analyze, let me think. I pretty much solved the problem within 60 seconds. What do you think?
Yeah, because you're able to take a moment, refocus. Okay, what do I have to do? And then you do what you need to do.
Because can we now, you know this part better than I do, like in terms of how the mind works. Let's say I'll say the average person, when they're stressed like that, the mind not it doesn't shut down. What happens to the mind?
Well, what happens is the body kind of takes over. Your heart rate, if you get too stressed, allow yourself to get too stressed, your heart rate increases, your pulse increases, you start sweating, and so then like you have all this, your body's doing all these things because it thinks there's like a big gorilla there, which is not. And so then it's hard. Now you're fighting with your body symptoms, and so it gets out of hand. So you don't want that to happen. So you do the breathing, and then you can regroup so your body is not panicking.
So can we say that, in that sense, if the person is exposed to a situation that's extremely stressful, let's say an acute situation, extremely stressful, hence the beer shortage at the nightclub, and me being the owner, if I don't get that resolved, I'm up a creek without a paddle. So by utilizing the techniques you just stated, take mindfulness, pause, take a deep breath, that allows my mind to clear itself in order to facilitate delivery of the beer cakes, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say so.
So having said so people can do similar techniques. So if they get uh, suddenly bombarded by a request or 2 or 3, one good thing is to again stop, take a deep breath, and just look at the situation. Let's say what, from a logical standpoint, would you say?
Yeah, and prioritize. Okay, what's the priority of this? What's the most important thing in this moment? What can wait? And just focus on what's important. You can only do one thing at a time, so you got to do strategically, logically. Mm-hmm.
I think what you just said is perfect. When you just said they need to stop and focus on one thing at a time, because you know, at the risk of sounding like Mr. Spock, logic dictates that focusing on multiple things at once is a lot more challenging than breaking down the issue into, let's say, bite-sized pieces and just dealing with each piece individually, but do it in a fairly consistent pattern. What do you think?
I agree. And depending on what your job is, not everything can be done in a day. You do what you can, that's most important, and then, get help when you can, and sometimes you have to delegate to people, depending on what your job is. All those things can help.
What about the people who they suddenly get bombarded by the stress and they don't know, I guess, how to delegate? They don't know. In other words, they're paralyzed. The stress paralyzes them. So the big thing to reinforce would be, I guess, to stop and take the deep breath and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, and also advocate for yourself. If the person, your manager, whoever, they're giving you all this work, but you can't do it all in one day, or it's not even maybe in your role, let them know. This is you, your mental health, and the work you need to do. Like, if you can't do it, you have to speak up for yourself. And it helps your mental health as well and your stress levels.
That's a really good point. You just remind me of a different scenario. So, same scenario with the beer cakes, and I'm the nightclub manager. The owner just yelled at me for not having the beer cakes on hand, whether it's my fault or not. But nonetheless, I still got yelled at. So, because I got yelled at and I'm stressed, one thing that I can do is say, Mr. Jones, I'm terribly sorry for that. It's my fault. I thought we had everything covered. That's my slip up. So I know we've got 2 hours to get this thing resolved. Maybe I can just call Sergey and Igor or myself and get this done. That way, sir, if you want, you can take care of the other section, the financial, and I can do this part. And that way, it's easier for both of us. I mean.
And after a stressful event like that, it's always good to regroup the team and say what went well, what didn't go well, what could you improve next time so it doesn't happen next time.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something called total quality management (TQM), and it was something that the U.S. Air Force was using before. And it's just what you said. You get input from each person to facilitate finding a solution to the issue, and each person feels involved. And because of that, it's a bit of an effective way, or more effective way, regarding management. 'Cause especially, like a lot of the Gen Zs work differently, let's say, than millennials or Gen X or boomers. So that makes perfect sense to me. And what can you tell the people to tie that in, like a way?
What, grab all those different groups of people?
Well, different like management styles. This all ties into basically stress management. What we're going for here is stress management.
Right. So yeah. So because you may have a great manager if you're lucky that it's more of a, like, I guess you call it laissez-faire. They let you you take ownership of your work, but you may have someone micromanaging you, which people that doesn't do well as well. So you have to advocate for yourself and communicate to management, communicate to your team, and what you need, but also be open to their opinions, because everyone has different, opinions, and everyone has different personalities. Everyone has to work together, and communication is key. People shut down, don't communicate. That's when problems happen.
Oh, okay. You know what? Communication is key, but I'm thinking maybe we should probably sign off now because a lot of people they're really busy in life, so they won't have time to go look at a long video. But guys, in the comments, let us know what you think about this. If you think about the way this was done, any improvements, any feedback would be great.
And any other strategies you want to learn about, anything at all, any other health ideas or topics you want us to discuss. My information also is below if you're interested in a session and you're just totally stressed out and you need help. So I guess we'll sign off here. Is there anything else you want to say?
Oh, I want to say, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Right, and also on YouTube now there's something called Hype. I don't know if you know about it. You hype a video and it also helps the reach. It can help just other people see this wellness content.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, my job is to make sure she looks good and she shines and everything works out well. I mean, my background is law, so for me it's different. But my job is to make sure that she's taken care of. And I guess on that note.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.